Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? I'm Alistair. Marguerite is currently in Minneapolis, and this is Cloudpunk. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to just settle on in because I've started on time, which, as many of you know, will be a strange and unusual experience. And yeah, come in, say hi, hang out if you want. Hey, KP, how you doing? And we'll get started in a little bit. Besides, aren't those cyberpunk noises kind of restful? Those weirdly pixelated like taxis and couriers just kind of zip past in the sky. So how's everybody's week gone? Mine is odd, but good. Marguerite went to Minneapolis for a legal conference on Monday. Very nearly the earliest possible time on Monday you could go and have it still be Monday. So she's doing great. She says hi. She may well call during the course of the stream if she gets the chance. And I've been hanging out. I have gardened a bit. I've run some errands. I went up to there's a chip shop up the road every Tuesday, the chip van. I went up and treated myself to dinner there last night. Did not look in the eyes the very confusing infosec signs all over it. They don't take cards because the government wants to create mind-controlled digital money or something, but they do make good chips. So I figure every now and again it can't hurt. I did that. I went to see a movie yesterday, which was Bad Boys 4, which is absolutely demented. I had the best time. And I've just been doing what I do. I've been doing some pseudopod and escape pod end caps. I'm working on the game that I'm making for part of an interactive fiction design course. Apparently got a meeting about another game, which I've kind of signed on for tomorrow. And yeah, I'm just kind of trundling along. Trundling is a strange word. I'm having a better week than I thought, I think is the best way to describe it. It's weird, because this isn't the first time this has happened. I always do very well in this week, but in the run-up to it, I don't. I get anxious a little bit. And I think it's muscle memory. Because I'm good. I'm 3 days in and I'm doing fine. I'm doing a ton of driving practice too, all stationary. But I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm keeping myself very entertained. Hey Kiwi, how you been? Just gonna give it a few minutes and let folks come on in, and then we'll get it done and get underway. So yeah, how are you getting on? Have you finished it? For folks, for those of you who don't know, the 10-year-long Uber plot for Destiny 2 concluded this week in the final shape, the most recent DLC, and I know Zolia is an ardent D2 fan. Oh, bless you. Thanks, Sandwich. I'm doing fine. I had an interesting cat adventure, which I'll tell you about in a moment. I'm so glad it's a good ending. I'm so glad that they pulled it together. Oh, Kiwi, yeah, that's a fun phase. Um, if they didn't give you any, moisturizing cream really helps. Also, the point where the upper layer of skin dies and starts to peel is incredibly satisfying. And you will pull very strange shaped, strange colored bits of skin off. I apologize if that grosses people out. Oh, that's so fucking cool. I love that. Brilliant. I just Destiny 2 is a game where it's one of those weird games where I love the aesthetic and I love the lore. And if it was a game where I didn't have to work with other people to progress, I would have played it for thousands of hours. And as it stands, that doesn't work for me. I don't tend to I haven't had encouraging experiences in multiplayer spaces. It's never bad, mostly never bad, but it's never been something I'm especially comfortable with. So I'm always really happy when something like that goes really well, and friends of mine who love it have a really nice time because it's like, oh hey, it's a thing I'm not into, but it's cool. Good fucking job. I've been, yeah, I think that's very wise. Good job. I have been playing Sifu and getting my ass absolutely handed to me. It's very strange in that it's apparent by all accounts a really very accurate kung fu simulator in terms of the actual movement. Your master is killed, you have to track down the people involved and commit righteous vengeance on them, which mostly involves hitting them very quickly, very hard in the chest. Um, but it does some really cool stuff. The combat is deliberately very complex. Like you have to, there are two different ways you can parry, and one gets you more than the other one does. And you learn very gradually, and it has this really cool mechanic where when you die, you can come back, but the amulet that your master gave you shortly before he was killed only allows you to come back a certain amount of times, and when it's gone, and every time you come back, you age a year. And the payoff is the older you get, the more damage you do with one hit to reflect how well trained you are, and the less health you have. So it's a very finely tuned tunnel that kind of encourages the better aspects of the get good kind of mentality. I played it twice and I was like, I do not understand this. I don't especially like it. It's very pretty. I shall move on. That was a week ago, and I'm halfway through. So I think I might be in this one for a long haul. I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm just aiming for. I think my kind of unofficial rule is, if I die 5 times in a level, I restart. Hey, Lavalish, and I'm working really hard on making sure I'm in the same decade of age I was when I started the level when I finished. And a couple of the bits in there are honestly breathtaking. The third level, you fight 11 ads. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. Welcome aboard, Ocean. The third level is a museum where the person you're tracking down is now an artist. And the end series of fights goes from this very clean, very precise museum to this weird impressionistic realm of single colours where you're fighting in silhouette, and where there are hundreds of mannequins, some of which are some of her henchpeople, just pretending to be mannequins. And it's done this type of shit a couple of times now. There's a fight in a nightclub which turns into a fight in a liminal post-apocalyptic dimension. And I'm really digging it. And I'm still not great at it, but I am really digging it. So yeah, Sifu is a good time. It's a very demanding time. But I'm starting to understand why people play Bloodborne 800 times over. I'll give it another couple of minutes, just in case anyone else is still trudging through the 11 ads. Good God. I'm so sorry. And I will tell you about the fantastic cat adventure I had this morning. I was woken up by construction equipment, which where we live now is a surprisingly and pleasantly rare occurrence. And you know that thing where you come up to like halfway point, you're awake and you can move, you just don't want to be there. I kind of arrived at that. I was banging and hammering and drilling coming through and block down. It was about half stabbing. But that's okay. I'll probably get some more sleep. And then, much nearer, I heard meow, 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 meow. That exact kind of tone and that exact kind of regularity. And a kind of half consciousness, I'm lying there going, that's a cat. Is it a cat in distress? No, cats in distress are very unsubtle. It would be loud and that would be random. Okay, so what is that? It's a cat trying to attract someone's attention. Okay, it has attracted mine. Am I going to be able to get back to sleep? Probably not. Let's go take a look. And I stuck my head out the window. And the fence we share with our left-hand neighbour, I think I even have a photo of this. There's this tiny little nose just visible behind it. This cat just sitting there going, meow, meow. So I get dressed, I head downstairs, and she runs up to me. And it's Amber, one of the local neighbourhood cats who we know quite well. And it's just this huge fuss queen. She's this adorable, chunky black and white tuxedo cat. She runs up to me, meows loudly at me 3 or 4 times, allows fusses for a couple of minutes, and leaves. And it was only when she left that I realised that she had filed a complaint. What she was actually doing was sitting there going, this is loud. I don't like this. This is loud. I need a human to register my displeasure with. And I turned up and she went, this is loud. This is bullshit. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, bye. And left. And she had literally just parked on that corner to make noise until someone came to pay her attention. Cats are awesome. Anyway, how about we make a start? For those of you who are brand new, we started Cloudpunk on Sunday. This is a combination, kind of very low impact platformer, and a thank you, Kate B. Yeah, the cat just needed to vent. She was just like, "What the fuck, man?" This is Cloudpunk. It's a very low impact platformer, and a perhaps slightly more impact than intended flying taxi simulation when I am driving. We live in a city of the future. We have been hired by Cloudpunk, who are an off-the-books courier service to carry things from place to place. So far, some of those things have included background meat for some of the people who live in the upper echelons of the city, and the head of a robot inhabited by an AI engram of a chef who has sold everything to become a high-end robotic chef in the upper levels, and instead ended up as a cleaning bot. Oh, and a bomb. We transported a bomb, and we're about to find out, I think, some of the consequences of that. There's a very weird design choice made in this game where every NPC is voiced aside from the one who talks to you most commonly. So, in the interests of making sure that this is accessible as possible, tonight I'm going to experiment with voicing that NPC. And if that doesn't work, because we're doing this again on Sunday, we'll just go back to them being pros only. Also, and how could I do this? I forgot Camus. Oh, that's very strange. I've done literally nothing. Hold on a second. Okay, so, I mean, everything's checked out. I'm just going to keep talking for a minute. If someone could let me know whether I'm fading in and out, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, Zalia. Yes, there is a cyber dog. Hey, Naomi. Let me just cycle the mic, see if that works. Interestingly, the first time I pushed that button, it told me the microphone was on. The second time I pushed that button, it told me the microphone was on. So I think the fault may have been that button. Nice. Alright. So yes, Camus, who is our dog, who is also now our car, because he's awesome. And last time we played, we got to finish our first shift and went back to our apartment, which the character we're playing has complained about how awful it is. And honestly, it's really fucking nice. Anyway, let's go deliver some stuff. Mods, for various annoying reasons, I currently do not have full Twitch access.
Camus, can you read me? I'm in the apartment. You're authorized to access the systems in here.
That's a great point, Stitch.
I'm here. It is amazing. There's a table and a balcony, and the roof perfectly fits on top of the walls.
Yeah, it's all right, I guess. A bit sparse. I'd love to be able to decorate, you know, make it less clinical. Do you remember the birds we had back home?
Yes, they landed on the window ledge. I could never catch them.
Yeah, not much chance of wildlife here.
There are rats.
That's fair.
I detect almost 50 within the property.
Do me a favor, Camus. Never mention rats again.
Okay. There are also a number of rare breeds of sump spider.
Also not good. Come on, we should get back to work. If I get a bonus tonight, maybe I can buy a picture, or a mirror, or something.
So yeah, look, we have a balcony. And this is probably where Camus's doghouse is gonna fit. And Control is the NPC that...
This is Control. Come in.
Oh.
We need you to deliver a package to the Sinwave nightclub. You're going to have to deliver in person to the rooftop. That's where you can access the VIP area.
So I just go to the door and...
Not gonna lie to you, kid. This one is gonna be tricky, but I think you can do it. The club's picky about who gets in. Have you heard of Lomo?
No.
He's the owner of the club, and most of this sector, too. He's got a piece of every business in the Undertown. And he didn't get them by asking nicely. Be careful around him.
I will. Are they expecting me?
Sure. I'm just letting you know you might come up against some resistance. These are powerful people, so watch what you say.
Powerful people?
Let's just say they're very private clients who have reason to suspect any strangers might be undercover corpsec. You'll have to convince them otherwise.
Understood.
And 14FC?
Yeah?
This has been a tough night for the company. We're understaffed and overworked, and we keep losing contact with drivers. There's something in the air tonight. Be careful. And if you do a good job on this delivery, all past infractions are forgiven. Understood?
Understood.
Okay, couple of things. Firstly, it turns out they are voice in control. I don't know whether that was audible last time, or I just didn't hear him, or whether this is the first time. Secondly, past infractions, we have done nothing wrong, and I will testify to that in a court of law, aside perhaps from the bomb. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Control was not audible to me. I've obviously had my volume down way too low. Let's go back to work, having just arrived. The gig economy. Evelyn.
I found the card. You can have it.
Thank you.
So, what is it?
A punch card.
Okay.
Which is...
A relic. Dr. Dziedzic liked old things. Antiques. Our home is filled with grandfather clocks, teapots, DVD players. But this card... I know this is just the first of many.
Where are the rest? You don't want me to check with all our neighbors, do you?
The rest were with Dr. Dziedzic. They are scattered.
So, where is Dr. Dziedzic?
She is also scattered.
You mean...
Last month, the 1875 B shuttle for Phobos took off from Terminal B, while the launch bay doors were still closed. One of a series of systemic failures that took place across a range of Novalis' safety protocol algorithms, the explosion caught over 100 vehicles in the blast radius, including Dr. Dziedzic's Hova.
So she's... I'm sorry.
You did not know her, but thank you.
She was your flatmate?
We were best friends. We came to Novalis together. We met at the periphery. She was the last doctor to leave. I was the last surgeon.
So you are Dr. Evelyn?
Although I was conferred the title, none of the humans used it.
But if you were operating and saving lives, you were a doctor.
If no one calls you a doctor or treats you like one, you are not a doctor.
Not
Still,
true.
you were saving lives and...
Please do not tell me how to label myself.
That's
Sorry. So the periphery? I hear it was pretty dangerous out there.
It was. But Novalis is dangerous too.
Is it better here, in the city?
I saw terrible things at the periphery. But there was hope. Friends. I have not found those things here yet.
Will you set up practice here in Novalis?
I don't know. Dr. Dziedzic had a plan for us, but it is no longer in my memories.
I guess I can look for these pages. I travel around the city, so...
It would help me a great deal. Please bring me any you find.
I will. And if you need anything else, well, we're neighbors, right? We can look out for each other.
Yes, neighbors.
This entire thing has reminded me of my favorite lyric from classic nerdcore rapper MC Frontalot. And it is because there's the moat you can't cross, the thing you can't get, ain't done the right NPC side quest yet, and that's what this feels like. Okay, let's go get in our little taxi dog, taxi car dog. Which is not. Oh hey, wrong car park. Front is one of those artists who I rediscover about once every 8 months, and then play nothing but him in my headphones for an extended period of time, and then completely walk away from his stuff for a bit. I'm very fond of him. I saw him live once. He was really good. Gaz, good time. You a drug dealer by any
What you
chance?
looking for? Whatever it is, I
I got it. Yeah, I'm
Thanks.
done. Thanks, Gaz.
Hey, come back anytime, lady.
You got it. Good cheery fella. Cheery little local drug man. Yeah, one of the slight problems with this game is it's very easy to forget where you park. As you're perhaps starting to gather, I'm not entirely sure where I parked. Yeah, Front's early stuff has aged like milk. Goth Girls is not great. A lot of the stuff from those first couple of albums is not great. And everything that's followed it has got progressively more fun. But hey, the advantage to this is we can run around and discover things. There's the car. There's my little guy. Hey, Camus. How you doing, bud? Oddly appropriate, actually. Okay, so that's our inventory. That's good. Let's grab a little altitude. And we're heading this way. I know there are roads, but, you know, we live and work in the sky. Where we're going, we don't need roads, aside from for municipal zoning. Hey, Ocean. Yeah, Marguerite's very out today. She's in Minneapolis. Once every couple of years, her company has a legal conference called, and I swear I'm not making this up, Legal Palooza. And Legal Palooza is basically when all the legal departments get together to battle until only one receives the coveted prize of the quickening. I may have conflated that with Highlander. It's basically a big old legal conference, and because Marguerite's one of a small team that covers the entirety of Europe, they all go out for it. We actually, yeah, that is the exact requisite amount of dots. Well done. Legal Palooza is, if only they should, I'll suggest that to them. The kind of unfortunate thing about it is, for me, that it's not actually that viable for me to go. We honestly looked at it. We looked at me tagging along, but I can't really be there for the conference, and that's 3 days because I'm just going to be bouncing around the hotel. And then she's actually going to California Friday through Sunday to catch up with friends and get her driving license renewed. And I could have gone out for that, but the unfortunate thing is that would basically mean that I was paying £1,500 to get jet lag. So, we're not doing that.
We have his package, but will
Hey,
Lomo
Camus.
think we are undercover corpsec? We don't look like undercover corpsec.
What would undercover corpsec look like, Camus?
I guess maybe like us. We have to act natural, not suspicious.
Exactly.
It is hard to act not suspicious when you are worried about being killed.
You know what else doesn't help?
Talking too much?
You're learning fast, Camus.
So, basically, that's why I'm not in the US with her. Because we could do it, but it would be very difficult. Like I said, the jet lag would kind of fuck me up. Yeah, they do have quite wacky salads. But it's actually really nice, because we've got a bunch of escape artists folks out there. Kind of an unofficial one, yeah, and which. We got a bunch of EA folks out there, and Marguerite had dinner with them last night. And like I say, she's discovered this beautifully elegant solution to a very particular problem, because she's been here over a decade now. Oh wow, the city has a limit. Okay, she's been here over a decade now, and that means that the amount of time she can renew her Californian driving license without being there has been used up. And very good stuff, but very remote areas sounds pretty accurate. And the kind of side effect of all of this is she was a little depressed about it because her California license is quite important to her, and she didn't want to lose it. And then when this came up, we realized that the company was prepared to basically there's some kind of thing of the company going, if you want to have another couple of days in the US after this is done, as long as the ticket isn't any more expensive than the one we're already standing you, then that's fine. So she's doing that. She's going to go stay with our friend Margaret, who's staying with us in 2 months for Worldcon, and catch up with a couple of old friends and get her license renewed and eat sushi and donuts, and it's going to be great. And then she's home late Monday. Late Monday, like 9 o'clock. And she's taking Tuesday off. She's, I think, going to try and talk herself into not taking Tuesday off, and I will do my best to not allow that to occur. And then we're back on it for Wednesday. So like I say, I've had a surprising amount of stuff to do. I've been doing a bunch of driving practice, saw a movie, had some chips, been doing some gardening. I've been having a nice time. Alright, so the green square rhombus, thank you GCSE math, indicates where we gotta go. So let's head over there and see whether we can get parking. Yes, thank you for asking, I have, and it's been kicking my ass. I got the Tales of Space set, which is these 4 little miniature dioramas, and I made one 2 days ago, which is lovely. Really sweet, kind of pseudo-impressionistic art. And then I started in on another one, and it messed me up twice. Like, I physically disassembled it twice, and it still isn't quite right. So I think I'm going to look at a couple of YouTube videos for it. Basically, it's how best to describe it? It's one of those things where you kind of assemble a frame, and then you have like a little kind of support for the frame that's supposed to bolt on, and it is so tight it actually bends the Lego. And I'm pretty certain that isn't intended. And so I think I'm doing something wrong. So I'm gonna find out what the wrong thing I'm doing is. It really annoys me that you can't just park here, but there you go. And then I will fix it, and it will be great. I'm really happy actually, because firstly it's a really lovely set, and secondly it's such a nice set, and it's so well regarded, and it's so easy to put together, that there's actually a bunch of kind of fan patterns for things that you can add to it, like extra panels. So once it is done, I'm going to kind of maybe look at doing one or two of those. Now, let's see if we can find somewhere to park, shall we? Mods, I was saying earlier, and I got distracted. I was wondering if you could do me a massive favor. I'm not able to log into Twitch fully on my desktop at the moment, and that means that I don't have the ad counter. So if you could let me know when an ad is likely to hit, I would be very appreciative. Get the feeling we've got one coming in. Okay, so one of the interesting elements of this game is you need to... Thanks, Olya. You need to find somewhere to park. And amazingly, in a city built in the sky, parking is still somehow at a premium. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Oh, I love bears. Bears are my favorites. Alright. So, if I remember correctly, parking tends to be indicated by either a helpful blue P, of which there is one, but it seems rather too far away, or a yellow light. And he mentioned something about having to park on the roof. So let's start by seeing whether we can get any higher than we actually are, and whether there's parking all up in here. That feels like it should be parking, but it is not. I love that one of the unique challenges of this game is that there's a gas station across the street, and that isn't somewhere you can park. Oh, here we go. I think. We got a card! Hey! Do I want to talk to a man called Big Narco? I'm not sure I want to talk to a man. I'm going to talk to a man called Big Narco.
You from the East, lady? You're good, but no corp sec. Got it?
Okay, Big Narco.
Thanks.
You folks from the East are good with me, but no sec.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, how is the house going? Oh, it's still in process, of course. My apologies. So here is where I need to be. Hello.
Who are you?
I'm a delivery guy.
I'm here to deliver a package.
Sure you are. Fuck off.
Look, I need to get past. They're expecting me in the VIP area upstairs.
Make it worth my while.
How? I don't have much money.
I don't want money.
Hey,
Give me some
Bonsai.
juice.
Juice?
Tramadol bottles. Corpsec aren't allowed to hold them. So if you bring me some, I know you ain't a cop, and I can sell them.
Hush! Okay. Hey, Narco.
You from the East, lady?
One
You're
drugs,
good,
please.
but no corp sec. Got it?
Okay. Juice.
Thanks.
You folks from the East are good with me, but no sec.
Okay. Here you go, Mr. Freelance Peacekeeping Consultant.
I brought your juice.
Jeez.
All right, go ahead.
Nivalis to Luna in only 4 hours. First-class luxury the whole way. Astrea's Colony Tours. We'll take you so close to the stars,
Excellent.
you'll feel like one.
I'm the delivery driver. I have your package.
You're not Carmine. He used to run my packages.
He retired.
Retired, eh? You know who I am, driver.
Lomo?
That's right. You bring me packages. No questions. No mistakes. We'll be friends. If you let me down, probably not.
I understand.
What's your name?
Rania.
Well, Rania, I have some advice for you. You want to hear it?
Guessing I don't have a choice.
You got a don't fuck with me look on your face. But those are some clean hands. In the city, you've got to adapt quick. All the
Love
shit
of
in the
missing
world
out.
ends
I
up
love
in
it.
the sea. But we still swim in it. If you dilute anything enough, it becomes tolerable. You hear what I'm saying?
Not really.
The city moves real fast, and you got to move with it. You make a million choices a day to survive in Nevalis. And some of those choices are gonna hurt folks. You ain't got time to think about that. You just keep moving. Understand?
I think so.
Thank you very much, Dahlia.
All right. Get going then, Rania. Cora willing, you might just make it through the night.
You people are all so serious. Good speaker set, though. Thank you, Ducky. Alright, folks, I'm going to take a pause here, in which case, because I need to finish night mode in the house anyway. And we will come back in a couple of minutes once the ads are done. If you haven't got up and moved around just yet, now is the perfect time to do so. If you haven't hydrated recently, like I haven't, please do. If you need a snack, please get one. Drugs, medication, tie a laser pointer to the rumba to keep the cat entertained, all of that good stuff. Do what you gotta do, and we will reconvene in 5 minutes. Hey, Hawkeye, how you doing? Oh my god, dude, congratulations. Also, congratulations for officially working in one of the coolest fucking places you can work. Used books. One of the best kinds. Like, I don't get me wrong, I love that that new book smell, but used books are magic. Oh my god, you have a 50% staff discount. Go crazy. Seriously, I would. Yeah, a lot of the time they do. I think I might be about to indulge myself, actually. There's a guy called James D'Amato who does very good, here's how you do this particular bit of role-playing, world building, or world planning stuff. And I have been thinking about picking up his stuff for a while. And there's one in particular about world building, which gets very good word. And I've read a couple of the collections he's curated. And because I'm doing the interactive fiction course I'm doing at the moment is building a game. And I'm trying to find ways to hack my brain a little bit. And I think it's 100 great tips for world building or something similar. I don't have access to the central Twitch chat, unfortunately, so I can't drop it in, but I will mention it the next time I do. And one of the ways I'm trying to hack my brain with the interactive fiction project is thinking about world building more specifically. Because I tend to be slightly more vibesy than I give the appearance of being. And the nature of interactive fiction design is such. James D''AMATO. The nature of kind of interactive fiction, text-based adventures, is such that you have to be very careful because scope creep is a constant foe. And when we first started talking about this, I first pitched the thing to the guy running the course, and he was like, "This is great, much smaller." And as a result, I feel like I've got to be yeah, he is pretty cool. I've got to be kind of much tighter on stuff. So I'm starting at the end and working backwards, and I'm locking in my kind of vibes-based world building into something a little bit more specific. And I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. I need to do a lot of research on name stuff. Are we back from ads yet, by the way?
Camus, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Camus, people keep mentioning Cora. What is it?
Ooh, well done.
Not sure. Just an expression?
Yeah, I get that, but it must come from somewhere. Do a basic search through Open Web and PubWeb.
Yes, we have dog. Thank you, Ducky.
872 different definitions for Cora.
Just give me the gist.
In the city of Nivalis, Cora can be used in common parlance
No worries,
to refer
Celia,
to
thank
the
you.
personification of luck or fate. Can be uttered as a blessing or a curse. Can refer to the hacker collective or cult of the same name. Can be an expletive or used as a noun to refer to the AI governing specific aspects of logistics, theology, sociology, or infrastructure of city operation. In historical context, can refer to the...
Okay, that's plenty. You know, you really need to learn a bit about the word relevance, Camus.
Should I look it up? Wait, we have an incoming call.
Kid, you there? Ready for another job?
Sure thing. Hey, Control, what is Cora?
Cora, a code word used by hackers, an anarchist group, an expression for when you're tired of shit. Why do you ask?
It doesn't matter. Just give me my next job.
You're delivering to an unsanctioned street race, so watch out for CorpSec. Pick up a
furious.
drive converter from Emmett's garage. Your delivery target is Never Slow Joe. Control out.
Camus, are you there?
Here?
Camus, I want you to do a deep search for Cora. Not mainstream corp networks. Hit the deep net and the undernet.
Is it important?
I don't know. I see it everywhere, and there was something about Control's reaction. It means something to him.
Thanks, Big Narco.
Won't
I
we get
appreciate
in
you.
trouble? Oh, my head. I don't feel good.
You don't have a head, Camus. You're running on a low clock speed processor, so that's why you're struggling. Take yourself offline while you do the search. I'll be okay without you for a while. You need to swim. You remember how to do that? You need to copy yourself into the other networks and travel upstream.
I remember.
You're looking for Cora, remember? I want old data. Where did the name come from? That's your focus.
I will try. Going now.
Camus Automata now offline.
You met him yet?
Who do you mean?
Rubric.
We're not best friends. Why?
He took my place. I was Lomo's #1 hacker.
What happened?
There were lines I wouldn't cross.
So you're an ethical hacker?
You say that like it's an oxymoron.
I guess it's not. I've known hackers who were good people, I guess.
You want some free advice? Stay away from Rubric. Lomo will use you to get what he wants, but Rubric will be the one that cuts your future short.
That's what happened to you?
Not yet. He'll get me one day.
I hope not.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Okay. Hey Camus, I met a gangster and a scary lady who I think is part of a plot we haven't quite done yet. Let's go get noodles. This is just... Health and safety is not a concern in this city. Look at this shit. Where are your handrails, you absolute monsters? I'm going to play by the rules. I'm going to drive like the man. Look, I'm in one of the man's streets doing man. I'm going to abandon this one. Yes, but what about the aesthetic? Exactly. And we do actually drive faster on the roads. So, Wendy, when you watch this on Valhalla, please consider yourself thoroughly vindicated. Right? Like the old song says, come with me and you'll see a world of OSHA violations. Oh, word, really? Okay, well, I mean, if this is the case, then firstly, I can just park. And secondly, I might fill up the tank while I'm here. Hello, Emmett.
I'm here to collect a driver converter.
Driver converter.
Drive converter?
Sure.
You don't know what it is, do you?
Nope.
It regulates the hydraulic output of the water tanks. It wears out fast, but without it, you got no grav lift. The sump builds up residue from the runoff because we got no clean water down here no more. Only the fancy overcloud hovas can run without a drive converter because they use pure H2O. You're not listening, are you?
Not remotely.
I think they need this pretty quickly.
I'm disassociating
You're right,
so hard.
they do.
No worries,
You
Pine.
better
Thank you for
get
stopping
going.
by.
What do they do with it when they get it?
They don't mess around with it. That's the main thing they do, or don't do. Once they stick the drive converter in the universal maintenance slot under the passenger seat, the servitors will fit it in on the fly. Unless they've got an old manual, in which case, you know what? Never mind. I know you're not interested. I'll let you go. See you around, kid.
I mean, it's fair. Oh, Never Slow Joe is surprisingly nearby. That's good. I'm sure the sound of sirens getting louder as we approach Joe is nothing to worry about at all. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, is he a fucking... He's a fucking moving target. Ugh. Okay. So this is a learn the pattern, respect the pattern, hack the pattern situation, and run into a building. Alright. Okay.
Where is Never Slow Joe? Are you part of the race? I've got a drive converter for him.
They went already. I'm the start line.
Can I head them off?
I'm really just here to wave them off, miss.
Damn it. Control, are you on the comm? What do I do? The race has already started.
I'm here. Joe won't get far without that part. I'm giving you
Okay.
a nav point. Seems like he might have broken down already.
Seriously?
You have to complete this job. Remember what we told you when you signed up? No failures. Without that part, he's not even going to be able to land safely. Get to him as fast as you can.
I'm not much of a racer. I'll try.
Actually...
You can do this, kid. Remember, straight roads are for fast cars, but the city is for fast drivers.
Shit, he's under me. Okay. Oh, Joseph. Have that car piece you broke. Where the hell is the asshole? He's not under me. He's got to be over me. Yeah. Park the car, deliver the thing, get paid. Park the car, deliver the thing, get paid. Where are you, Vin Diesel?
Hey, Tico, right? Did you have any luck finding...
Nari? No, I don't know what to do.
When did you last see her?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Months?
Okay.
Years? You don't know? So where did you last see her?
Back in Tokyo, during the Sakura. We had a picnic in the park.
Tokyo? Sorry, I don't know the city very well. Is that below Midtown?
It is a different city.
You mean like a different district?
When I last saw her, it was not in Nivalis.
Sorry, Tico, I think you might be getting confused. There is only Nivalis. Everything west is just townships and settlements. There are no more cities. This is it.
We grew up together. I've known her since I was 13.
Tico, that must have been a very long time ago.
I don't really understand when people talk like that.
You don't understand what? Time?
When people say the feelings are from long ago, they don't change. The people you cared about when you were young, have those feelings gone away?
I guess not, but some of them aren't around to love anymore.
I don't understand. We sat under the cherry blossoms. She ate fresh strawberries, and we watched the sun rise together every day through the summer. Then one day the sun rose, and it was too bright. Far too bright. Her family said they would have to move away.
I think your memories go back very far, Tico.
Nari and I grew up together. Even after the big sunrise when she moved away, all I wanted was to see her again.
Okay.
When she left, it was like I didn't exist anymore. When she moved to Tokyo, we would see each other less and less often. Then, one day... It is not fair.
I moved here from far away, too.
No, buddy,
I know
I
how
don't
you
think
feel.
it is.
Are you alone here, too?
Not quite. I have one friend, maybe two.
I have to keep looking for Nari. She might be looking for me, too.
Where will you go next?
I have heard people live in the thermal vents where they use the steam to stay alive.
That's grim.
I will look for Nari there. She always liked the bathhouses.
That sounds like a good plan.
Do you think the vents will be like the bathhouses back in our village?
I don't think so, Tico. But you never know.
Okay. I get the feeling he is several hundred years old, don't you? Right, let's see if we can find an elevator. I'm hoping we can find an elevator. Because he's definitely in this block. That's a shop owner. He's trying to sell me things. He also looks like an escapee from a Dire Straits video. Wendy, that joke was just for you. One level up, so that's where Joe's likely to be. That is this. Yeah, I'm thinking too bright sunrise means nuclear detonation. I'm thinking Hiroshima, to be honest. He's got to go forward. That would be very strange, I would have thought, if it was. Because my man is like one level up over there. There's a punch card around that corner, so let's go get that. That's an audio tape. Where's the punch card? Oh, it's a punch card. Great. Okay, so that's going well. This is a food vendor. Okay. I think I have a theory. It doesn't involve plunging to my death, which is nice. No plunging. And there is another punch card directly above us. Alright. We're zeroing in. It's taking a little while. I apologize, folks. I'm trying to keep the camera angle steady, so those of you with motion control issues don't have a problem. If I'm right, and I fervently hope I am, sometimes I love being me. Actually, you know what? I love being me a surprising amount of the time. No, not surprising. It's pretty great, is what I'm saying. Okay, so... punch card. Ha 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 ha! Yes! Alright, Dom, there you go.
Are you never slow, Joe?
No, I am currently very slow, Joe. You got my converter?
Yeah.
Thanks, Cloudpunk. I'm gonna give you this old one. It's busted, but if you get it back to Emmett, he can fix it up and sell it on for a good handful of limbs.
These converters are worth a lot of money?
Well, they sure are. I owe Emmett, so you make sure it gets back to him safe, you hear? Without the trade-in value in that busted converter, I wouldn't be able to afford this repair. My racing days would be over. Early retirement. I'd go mad.
I'll get it back to Emmett.
Thanks, Cloudpunk. Yeah, I can't believe you drive around the city in that piece of junk. You're braver than me, kid. What do they call you?
Rania.
That's no good.
My name's no good? What do you suggest?
On the run, Rania. What do you think?
I like it.
Honestly, that's not awful. I don't hate it.
On the run, Rania. I gotta go. I've got a race to win. I'll see you around.
Dude, you've been sitting there for like 25 minutes. What sort of whack-ass race is this? Okay. So, we're learning new and exciting things. Like lifts are real. Yeah, I've got a race to run. Sure you do, bud. Sure you do.
I am back.
Did you hear all of that?
On the run, Rania? I don't like it.
He's a racer, not a poet, Camus.
Are you going to take the old part back to the mechanic man?
I'm not sure.
Yes,
if I sold it, I'd make a lot of limbs quick.
Won't you get in trouble?
I don't think so. The races are illegal and dangerous. Joe is an old man. Maybe it would be safer if he retired. If I give this part back to Emmett to settle his old debts, he'll keep racing.
Yep.
So, are you going to sell the part at some other mechanic man? Or take it to the Mr. Emmett mechanic man?
I love how the game's like, we will give you a difficult moral choice, and I'm just like, you won't. Oh, in Assassin's Creed, I would have been up and down this, and look at these. Right. Where did I park? Again. Oh, behind me. I'm actually dialing in on the funky aesthetic on this. I like the design. It's just taken me a little while to understand the pixel choices. But no, I'm kind of digging this. I still want these people to get more handrails for the love of Jesus, but... Alright, let's go take this shit back to Emmett.
Hi, Emmett. Joe said to give this to you.
Joe's near as old as me. Can't believe he's still racing.
He said this clears his debt?
Close enough. He doesn't win many races these days. 14th place doesn't award a lot of prize money.
So he won't need to retire.
Soon, but not today. This wipes the slate for me. I'll fix up his hova when he comes in again.
That's good, I guess. See you later, Emmett.
Will Joe keep racing?
I guess that's up to him.
It's almost like we give him personal choice and respect his choices as an adult. Game.
I found out more about Cora. It's very confusing.
Hold on to it for now. I've got something I've got to do.
Another job?
No, if you're about to give me a headache worth of data, I need a coffee first.
Get yourself a coffee. Aww. Don't hit the train. Aww. gonna get a coffee and maybe also a muffin. Probably got woven meat in it, but that's okay with me. Hey. Cyber muffin, the dark future that does jobs to fight the man. That's the one. That's exactly the one. This is going to be a great coffee shop given how far we're driving to get to it. Just take that landing every time. Ooh. It's kind of pretty. Holy shit, that's the ocean! Actually on the ground. It's amazing. Right, car parking. Yeah, there we go. Can't even jump a railing. This is actually really lovely. I honestly thought we were entirely trapped in the sky, but this is really cool. I am appreciative, game. Simple island boy at heart. I'm always happy if you put me in an ocean. Well, they're an ocean. I'm right. I'm right. Ah, yeah.
Welcome to Neo's Neo Cafe. I'm Neo. What can I get you?
Ooh, hot chocolate, soda, a Nivacino, or just straight up coffee.
Thanks for this, Neo.
Have a spectacular day.
Thanks, Tron lady. Hi, who are you?
Excuse me, I see you sell old stuff. Do you know what this is?
Pass it here, let's see. Oh my.
What is it? I thought maybe an old music storage.
Music? No, not at all. This is a game. An old one at that. Where did you find it?
Actually, it was near some trash.
No, I don't believe it.
So it's an antique?
Oh yes, this was played on a Spectrum home computer.
Fuck
48K. You needed an interface to make the joystick work. Kempston or Protec. Otherwise you had to play on the rubber keys.
Even the words I understood in that sentence didn't make sense.
It's like this, you see. You put this tape into a tape recorded first and...
Nope, still no clue.
Long ago, information was stored on magnetic tapes. You see the strips here? These wound round playheads, or something like that. No one knows exactly how it operated now, but we can feed this into our comprehender and it gives us executable code.
So, this was a game people played on a screen?
Oh yes, it would take a long time to upload the data to memory, and the executable data itself is tiny. It's hard to comprehend how our progenitors managed to work within such strict memory constraints.
You're really into this stuff, aren't you?
I'm interested in the technology, sure, but what really fascinates me is this game. You controlled a little sprite. You walked along a street and you punched everyone you came across. We believe these old games were deeply symbolic, like Sisyphus with the rock.
So they were morality lessons?
We collectors believe so. I think every one of these classic games can teach us a lesson.
What did punching people in the street teach us?
Metaphorically, it is telling us that we cannot simply fight urban decay through physical force. You see, in this game, when you win, you start again.
So the cycle repeats.
Exactly. So through the game, we learn that the violence is entertainment, but the creator of the game seeks to tell us that violence is also pointless.
These old games were pretty deep. How did this end up lying on the street?
There's plenty of other street vendors who are collectors like me. One of them, Old Sinclair, he died last week. And you're not really allowed to own this stuff. If CorpSec catches you...
Oh, I'm sorry about Mr. Sinclair.
He was in the zone that fell into the sea last month. Can't be helped. You should keep your eye out for more of these. They may be scattered all over the city.
You'll pay me for them?
I sure will, as long as you keep it quiet. In fact, I can even show you this one if you like. It has a 2-player mode. We can punch people in the street together.
Maybe another time. Just the limbs are fine.
Incoherent J squeal. Okay, the Spectrum 48K was the first computer I owned. It was exactly as described. It had rubber keys. Picture the size of a PlayStation controller. Turn that into a rectangle, make it kind of burnished black metal with, like I say, rubber keys on it. And you literally had to connect the tape deck to it. And the data was acoustically loaded into the machine. So you would play the tape and you'd get this kind of what would now be viewed chiptune noise as it loaded it in. The reason the trophy is called load, enter, is that was the command you had to type in to get the computer to realize you were loading a game into it, which in my childhood was referred to as load pp enter, because the P key on the Spectrum 48K was the one which had the speech mark when you held down shift. It was upgraded twice. There was the Spectrum Plus and the Spectrum Plus 2. If I'm getting these right, the Spectrum Plus had a built-in tape deck, the future, and the Spectrum Plus 2 had a built-in 3.5-inch floppy disk drive. I am now going to blow away like Thanos has snapped me. Oh, and Marguerite has just pinged me, so I'm just going to respond to her real quick. See how she's doing. So yeah, that's very cute, and I now understand completely just how old the developers on this game are. Groovy. And a well-timed ad break. So, we're going to pause here for a moment, and when we come back in a couple of minutes, perhaps we'll be on with Marguerite, and if not, we will continue. So, now's a very good time. We've been going for an hour or so and a quarter, so you need a snack. Now's probably a great time for that. Need a drink, need to get up, have a wiggle, need to pee, need to do any kind of bio break, then go do that, and we'll see you back here in a few. Pardon me. Business. Mods, if you let me know when we're back from ads, I would appreciate it. No worries if not. I know the timers are a little screwy. I'll give it another couple of minutes. Like I say, if Marguerite calls in the next couple of moments, I will go off mic briefly and chat to her, and then hopefully if she has time to hop on with us, that would be fine. If Pop-Up says 30 seconds left on ad, bless you, thank you, Bucky. If I'm away for an extended period of time, it won't be that extended, but don't worry, I am still here, and I'll be right back. Oh shit, I did that thing where you turn off the HUD. See if I can do something about that. Control. It does worry me that we have strafe controls. That doesn't... That seems bad. It seems bad, y'all. Should people deliver packages now, or should people packages that the people get? It's funny you should mention that. That's actually an upgradable in Death Stranding. One of the things you can invent is a post gun, where you can fire hardened cargo containers containing the packages you have to deliver across the entire map. And I think you can ride them. I didn't get that far because I got obsessed with fixing all the roads in one area. But I'm going to circle back to Death Stranding at some point, and that, and the motorized death slide system you can use to climb up mountains, which is apparently also a real thing, I will most definitely be experimenting with.
Are you experiencing depression, apathy, regular defined?
Oh, nope.
Then check out this season's best
Yo!
immunizations at Immune One.
Boom, here's your package. It's from your gran. Exactly. Oh. Okay, strafe is pleasingly gentle. It's basically just a little bit of side-to-side action. I purchased for myself a coffee. Apparently I did not purchase for myself a coffee. And here comes my call. Hey, hon, how's it going?
Hey, how are you? I'm good. You're gonna play the game for a bit. Tell the stream I said hello.
Okay, Marguerite says hi. You may or may not be able to hear her.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a good time. I don't have my laptop, so I'm not gonna open up Twitch right now.
Coming to you live from Minneapolis.
Yeah. I'm just chilling for a little bit before we're going back out in about another half an hour or so.
Okay.
So I'm just coming back to the hotel room to wash my face and take my shoes off for a few minutes and all that.
That makes a lot of sense, and the chat can hear you very well. So,
oh, nice. How's your game going?
It's going great. We have... What have we done? We have been faced with a moral choice.
Another one?
Yes. There is this old racer who had immediately broken down, and we were hired to take a part to him. And the game just gives you this whole thing about, oh, he's really old and this is dangerous. He's not very good at it. And, you know,
you can totally take his place.
Oh no, it didn't give us that option, but we were given the choice because he was like, "Thank you for this, and please take the broken one back to the mechanic, because that's the only way I can afford this." And we were like, "If we just sold it to someone else, we pocket all of the money, and he would have to retire." And it is laughable that this game's like, "Hey, do you want to make a morally ambiguous choice?" And I'm just like, "What would Marguerite do?" The moral choice every time.
I know. I'm so boring.
No, you're so amazing. So we made the moral choice and took it back, and the guy's like, "Dude, thank you so much. Joe sucks. He's never going to win a race again, but this keeps him happy, and he's safe, and I really appreciate this. Here's some money for your trouble." And I was like, I am very, very vindicated right now.
Right, and even if he happens to have one last race, he will die doing what he loved, and that was his choice. So, we're not taking the decisions away from him.
Precisely. So, we've had all kinds of stuff like that. I had somehow completely missed that Control was actually voiced at the start of the game. I could not hear them. I think my headset was down too low.
Welcome to Neo's Neo Cafe. I'm Neo.
So in fact, Control has a voice, and sounds like one of the several very old men in this game.
Yes. And how is Camus, or Camus, our beloved dog?
He's the best boy. He is the bestest boy.
Thanks for this,
Camus'
Neo.
opinion of what to do with
Have
Joe?
a spectacular day.
Is Mr. Joe happy if he races? Yes, buddy, he is. Then he should keep racing.
That is right.
Because Camus has a very moral worldview. And in fact, here he is now.
Hello. Is that you?
Camus, why are you calling me on the call?
No,
I'm on a coffee break here.
It's fine. The game literally just went, "You've had a bit of a shocking night.
That you
Why not
don't
go
like
have a
being
coffee?"
alone?
Yes,
so I
that is
went and
it.
had a coffee.
Is it okay?
And now
It's
Cam's just
fine.
like,
I'm
"Some more
glad of the
plot has
company.
arrived. I will put text
Why
up
do you
on your
need the
screen for
coffee?
you."
I've never worked night shift
Very well.
before, Camus.
Also,
Coffee creates the
you should know,
illusion that
and
I'm
the chat
actually
should
still
know
awake.
as well,
You wouldn't
that
understand.
I
You
have
don't
been eating
sleep.
very responsibly.
I sleep.
And also tonight dinner was chips,
I
a
guess you go
leftover sausage
offline
roll,
and
some
recompile
bacon.
your source code.
And,
That's a bit like
I
sleeping.
mean,
I sleep.
vegetables exist?
Okay, I heard you.
I will have you
Tell
know
me
that
what you
lunch
found out
was the
about
chicken
Cora.
salad I made.
I found
with
3 different
extra
types of
confetti
things
in
about...
it,
Camus,
and the
this
leftover
data
vegetables from
analysis
my
and
veggie bagel
retrieval,
this morning.
it's not that you can't do it, it's just it's a bit
Asked and answered. Very
dry.
well.
There we go.
Why don't we let
I've
the
had no
generic
further
automata
interactions
take care
with
of
the
this
feline
part?
complaints
You
department.
can go offline for a bit.
That's what we're calling it now.
Sure.
She was
Custom
literally just like, "I want to
personality
complain."
Camus
Okay.
offline. Generic
All right, I'm done.
automata
Bye.
reinstated.
All right, Mr.
Thank you for
Personality. Tell me what
performing
we
an
know
important
about
public
Cora
service.
now.
Yes. My
3
mild
distinct
displeasure and
data points
inconvenience
of
has been
origin for
noted, human.
Cora.
You may
2
leave now.
deprecated and accessible only via the underweb.
And also they seem to have left, which
Warning,
is great.
your
because,
automata was detected
it
accessing this
wasn't great.
information and your
It wasn't
identity
great
was
being woken up by
compromised.
hammering. Although it was also
Shit.
oddly
Well,
nostalgic
too
after
late to
last
do
time.
anything about it
I was
now.
gonna say, it
Tell me
was
what you
like
found. Give me the official
rare
data
treat.
first.
Cora is a term
Exactly.
colloquially used by citizens
So,
of Nivalis
what is
to refer
your
to the
social
combination
calendar
of
tonight
AI
once you're
and
done?
mechanical systems, which manage
This
the
evening we are gonna go
logistical
play
and maintenance
mini golf and
systems
eat pizza,
operating throughout the
apparently.
city.
One of those
I knew
things
that
sounds
much.
great.
Go on.
I
As
don't
an
mind mini golf so
anthropomorphism
much.
of a
It should be
mercurial
fine.
personality, it
Is
is
it
unclear
mini
if
golf
Cora
or is it
exhibits a
crazy
form
golf?
of sentience or
What's the
sapience.
difference?
Mini golf is, in my experience, golf
Best
but
data
small.
suggests Cora is
Crazy golf is,
fundamentally
in my
inconceivable
experience,
by
golf,
human
but dinosaurs
intelligence,
and a windmill.
existing just beyond
Well,
the
it's an
event
indoor
horizon of
facility, so I'm
biological
assuming there may
minds.
be dinosaurs in a
Not
windmill,
helpful
but it's not
at all.
the appropriate
Why do
scale.
people keep talking about Cora then?
That's a
Day-to-day
shame.
usage
But
of
then
Cora
again,
in
I mean, no one can
conversation
have a
invokes the term in the
golfmobile.
same way one
That's
might
what they're
talk
called
about
now.
fate,
No one can have a
luck, or
golfmobile race,
serendipity.
so I guess it's going to be
Example?
safe.
Yeah, I'm
I
truly
checked my
disappointed that
balance,
there are
and
no
I'm all
golf
out of
carts,
credits.
as they
Cora
are
knows
called.
where it
Yeah,
all
like I say,
went.
golfmobile.
There are 2 more data points for
See, like,
Cora?
yeah,
Maybe
Yes,
mini crazy
one from
golf.
City
I-
Archive in a defunct data pool called the
mildly
Internet.
unhinged golf.
Another from a
Yeah,
paper-based
I
text
mean,
called
you
The
never know.
Exegesis, a pseudo-historical book
Tomorrow
scanned
I
and
have a call
OCR'd
with one of the video games because Radislav has been trying to
109,572.75 days
schedule
ago.
stuff
Read me
for
the
a
extract of
week.
the exit whatever.
I'm possibly consulting
Reigning
a
atop
video
a
game chat that
hierarchy
will
of
eventually
smaller
occur.
automatons,
And
VIs,
tomorrow morning
androids,
is
and
when we both have
machines,
some time.
Cora
we'll
is the
have
last
some
of the
time, so I'm going
12
to be on with him
founders.
at 11. And other
Complex
than that,
AIs
I
that
just
formed
have
an
stuff to
advisory
do, so I may or
council
may
for
not
the
take
human
myself off to a
rulers of the
movie.
city.
And
Why
if
did the
not,
founders fail?
I actually have
Did their
a
source
movie
code
possibility
encounter
on Monday
insurmountable
while you
logical
were in the
errors? Or, worst of all, did the
And what is
founders
that?
choose to
I
abandon
might go and
humanity?
see
And
The
if
Watch,
so, will
the
Cora soon make
Demons
that
Turn You
same
into a TV
choice?
show in the Irish Woods
What's your confidence
thing.
rating on the
Because
During
accuracy
the
of this
daytime where
information?
it can't get you.
and you'll be home that night.
11.40%.
It's a plan with no
Higher
drawbacks.
than I thought. Does
Except
everyone
for
in
the
the
few
city know
hours you
this
may be
stuff but
scared
me?
until I get home. Yes.
Cora is
But,
commonly
you know,
discussed,
I mean, I'll
appearing
have
in
a
up to
cookie. Or maybe
0.8%
another
of all
quesadilla at the awesome
communication, but
quesadilla
little
stand. And
substantive,
it'll be daylight. It'll be
verifiable
fine.
data exists as to its
Okay.
nature.
Very well.
Read me the
I'm
last
impressed.
data, the one from the internet.
Oh.
Cora, computer-operated recycling agent.
That's it?
I'm just going to pause here for a moment because there was some text on the screen and I didn't want to disturb people by babbling. So, yeah, it has been been a pretty good day. I've done some errands, I've done some cooking. I wrote a lot of things, which means tomorrow morning I think I may be pretty, which is probably a good reason to have a call instead.
That sounds like a good idea.
Oh, and I watched. No worries. I thought that might be the case sandwich, and I watched a documentary which you will happy cry through the last half hour of.
Oh dear.
The Last Repair Shop.
I've heard something about this, but it's not ringing a bell.
It is the repair shop in Los Angeles that repairs all the municipal musical instruments for schools.
Oh, this is gonna make me cry.
Oh, dude, the ending is a specially composed piece of music performed by 4 generations of kids who've used these instruments.
Oh, how sweet.
Starting in the 70s. And it just pans across the orchestra and you get graduating class 1978, graduating class 1990, and then there is this tiny little kid at the end, graduating class 2030. And the piece is called The Alumni.
That's really sweet.
Oh, I ugly cried. It was amazing. It's really short. It's really nice. I think you would like it. So if you need a cathartic, hey, there are actually good people in the world, and music is in fact magical. Watch at some point, then this is a good one for you, I think.
That sounds really nice. Do you have an ad break coming up so that we can say goodnight?
I have actually just had one. If you like, I will go off mic for a moment.
No. It's okay. I will need to leave to go back downstairs in about 10, 15 minutes, so I'm going to have to step away in another couple of minutes to put my shoes back on and all that stuff.
No worries. In which case, chat, with your permission, what I will do is turn my mic off, and I'll be back in a couple of moments. Okay. And we're hopefully back.
This relates
All
to
right.
hackers or AI.
That was really nice of her to call in.
No further data available.
Make a copy of that exegesis thing to local
There's the car.
storage, encrypted. If I get a data violation, I don't want to lose access. And bring Camus back online.
Activating custom automata personality, Camus.
Did you find out about Cora?
More or less. I don't know what I was hoping for.
Will you get food too?
Hey, KB.
Not hungry. Hey, Camus, have a look at the cafe menu. Do you see all the different types? If you drank coffee, what type would you order?
Donut coffee?
That's my boy.
Not really...
Oh, no. I said something dumb?
Actually, Camus, I think donut coffee sounds pretty great.
You're a good boy, Camus. Donut coffee should totally be a thing. Oh, I'm sure they do. I still think about a maple bacon donut I had 10 years ago in the Bay Area. We currently have no job, which is kind of interesting. So you know what? I've hit 9 or 10 buildings today, so let's not hit a 12th and head towards the wrench, which is on the map, which will hopefully fix us. Oh, but here we go.
Driver 14FC, are you out of your Hava?
This very lit moment.
There are no breaks for me or for you. Have you seen the vids?
No, why?
More accidents in Sector 21. No, Sector 23. Or is it 21?
Bombings?
Not sure. This is bad for us. We've lost more drivers this week than in the past year.
Everything okay, Control?
I don't know, kid. I don't know. What's your real name? I'm tired of numbers.
Rania.
I'm gonna look out for you, Rania. Things will get better after tonight. I promise.
Okay.
We just need to get through this one night.
What's your name, Control?
I'm not supposed to say. Goddamn.
Is something going wrong over there? You sound...
It's all wrong here. Maybe I'll tell you after this job.
Okay. What you got for me?
In Gallows Row, there's an old escalator called the Ascension. Someone at the base wants to surrender a package of their belongings.
Where does the escalator go?
Trust me, Rania. This job will be much easier for you if you don't ask that question again. You're looking for a guy named Gil. Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah?
Enjoy your coffee. All I got is a bottle of sake stashed in my desk drawer, and tonight I'm having a drink. If they're not happy with that, they can fucking fire me. Cheers.
Fesahetic, Control.
Control, respectfully, I've been on the job about 6 hours. I've done very well in very challenging circumstances. And you're giving me anxiety, my guy. It's fine. I'm lying out. Starting to get distinct Lost Cab flying vibes from this at some point pretty quick. So I have to keep remembering we're not actually a cab. We just look a lot like a cab. I mustn't. I can't. But I was nearly gonna. God fucking damn it. The escalator's an interesting touch. There's a manga series whose name temporarily escapes me, which is set in modern-day Tokyo, but a modern-day Tokyo where one particular subway station has basically become a life form. And it's still a subway station, it's still escalators and gift shops, but it's completely out of control and covering most of the main island. And it's all about an expedition across it to try and find whether there is anything still left. It's really good. So. Out of my way, well dressed man. Yeah, it's pretty great, actually. Okay, this is a lift situation. I think there might be a card over there anyway, so let's go take a look. No, never gonna let me jump up the side Assassin's Creed style. That's a hand. What the? It's a hand. I'm sensing a palm scanner in my future. Excuse me, sir, you have a bird on you?
Hey, you interested in having your photo taken with this magnificent creature?
You're goddamn right I am.
100 limbs.
No.
Would you like to know his name? He is Norman.
Hi, Norman. Is he a real bird?
Norman isn't a bird. He's a falcon.
A
So with
real
all
one?
due respect. Okay. Oh, we appear to have crashed. Yep, we have most definitely crashed. Okay, been a while. I'm going to quit out and then come back in.